I did tell you guys this summer that it was going to be a defensive revolution at Real Madrid. I told you, off the back of us having such a shit season, getting embarrassed in every El Clasico, losing 2 cup finals to Barcelona, watching those scrubs win the domestic treble, going into the Champions League, getting dog-walked by Arsenal, absolutely cooked in the quarterfinals, ending the season going 0 for 3 with the 3 remaining trophies, putting up prime Ben Simmons free throw numbers at the end of the season. Unacceptable, okay? And I told you guys, the club had no choice but to respond in this window. And so far we have Trent, Dean Howson, Alvaro Carreras, Franco Mastuano. But if you look at it so far, 3 out of the 4 signings have been in that back line. And I'm here right now making another prediction. Another defender gets brought into this club. The only conversation that we're about to have is which one will it be? Now, according to a lot of reports, they're saying that Real Madrid want both Saliba and Konate. Now, let me tell you something right now. This is the greed that they talk about in the Bible, okay? This is one of the 7 deadly sins, what Real Madrid are doing at the moment. I always thought it would be one of them. I didn't know that the club were trying to sign both. Now, let me tell you something right now. Realistically, both of them are not coming. And definitely not happening this summer. No chance do you see Saliba and Konate at Real Madrid this summer. If that was to happen, let me tell you something right now. Not only are we going to win the treble, we might be going for the quad. I might be going invincible next season if both of these guys were to join us this summer. But financially and for other different reasons, I just can't see it happening. Now, we're going to talk about both these players because these are the 2 center backs that we have been linked to the most. So I want you guys to get into the comment section and let me know, if you could only sign one of these center backs, which one would you pick? Because for me, the choice is very obvious. Bring me William Saliba. Not only does he have an amazing first name, if your name is Will, more than likely you're a baller. That's just a phenomenal name. You know what I'm saying? That's a W kind of name right there. But Saliba is an absolute monster in that back line. Now, to be fair and to be objective, he's not been Arsenal's best defender, I'd say, like the last year and a half. I'd say Gabriel Magalhaes has been better than Saliba. But when you look at the potential that he has, I can't think of another center back right now in world football that has a higher ceiling than what Saliba does at the moment. Now, we have to acknowledge, out of these 2 defenders, Saliba is the harder one to get. Konate's contract runs out in 12 months. Getting him would be a lot easier than getting Saliba, who's arguably one of Arsenal's most important players, and he has multiple years left on his contract. Now, this report that came out does have me a little bit confused because it says Saliba is ready to make a financial effort in order to join Real Madrid. The club is also increasingly motivated to sign him. What the fuck does that mean? What does Saliba is willing to make a financial effort mean? I don't get it. But that's for the club to figure out. I'm gonna be real. That confuses me a bit. But Saliba's definitely needed. Like, again, I think we're having a very good summer window so far. But I still think that we need 2 more signings. I think we need another defender, and I think we need another midfielder. Now, our back line is our biggest weakness so far. Aside from Dean Howson, every other center back that we have speaking right now, looks very suspect in the light. We saw against PSG, Club World Cup semifinals. I was at the game. I had to watch Beavis and Butthead in that back line make 2 costly mistakes that led to 2 goals. Rudiger, one of the best defenders in the world 2 seasons ago. This man got injured, had surgery, came back early. He looked shit. Raul Asensio had a very good season last year. Was one of the bright spots. He looks shit underneath Xabi Alonso. The defense does not make me feel comfortable at all. Now, Dean Howson looks phenomenal. But everybody else...
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good. So I think we do need a defender. Whether that's Saliba, whether that's Konate, one of them got to get bought. This summer. You see that attack that Barca have? You see all the goals that they scored last season? How you think that you're going to stop that? Dean Howson is not enough. And also, if Howson gets an injury, we're finished. So yes, we do still need one more defender. But the issue that we have at the moment is that we do already have a lot of center backs. Somebody has to leave. I think Real Madrid has got to force some of these players out. I'm looking at Militao. I'm looking at David Alaba. One of you guys have to leave. You're not reliable. You're injury prone. Now, I know that Jacobo Raman just left. He joined Como. So that does open up a spot in theory. But I'm more so looking at it from a wage POV. You know what I'm saying? But out of these 2 center backs, like I said, Saliba is the one that I want. Yes, I would do some illegal things to sign Saliba. If I say what I would do to get Saliba at Real Madrid, I'm telling you right now, the FBI would bust through this door and I would be in Guantanamo Bay. They would be listing me as a national threat to security, okay? Saliba at Real Madrid, it's fated in the stars. I do believe he will eventually be playing for us. But it will be a very hard deal because there's a lot of pressure on Arsenal. They got to win the Premier League. They got to start winning trophies. And if you lose Saliba, I don't see how any of that happens. Now, let's talk about Konate because he is another option that we have. And I would take Konate. But when I look at his time at Liverpool, it's been a bit suspect. Konate, to me, is a very good defender. Very physical, very strong, good aerially. But at the same time, I do have my reservations. Konate is a player that is generally injury prone. Konate misses a lot of games. On top of that, I haven't really seen Konate without Van Dijk. Van Dijk is arguably the best center back of our generation. He's in that kind of conversation. Van Dijk is one of those players that's so fucking good, he makes everybody look like ballers next to him. And with the injury record that we've had at Real Madrid over the last few seasons, I am very scared about bringing in Konate, and then he just ends up sitting next to David Alaba with the fitness staff because they can't stay healthy. So that does make me nervous. But if I'm able to get Konate for a cheap price or for free, of course you do it. Now, again, I don't think we can wait a year because we need a defender now. Not next season, no. We need one tomorrow. And I'm hoping that Florentino Perez is going to spend more money. This is the most money that we've spent in one window since, I believe, the 2019-2020 season. The summer before 2019-2020. We spent like $300 million that summer. So far this summer, we've only spent like $178 million. I think we got to go up to 300 again. Yeah, let's do it. We don't spend money every summer like that. 2019, who we bought? Hazard, Luka Jovic. Rodrigo was 19-20 as well, right? Rodrigo, Was that Ferland Mendy as well, chat? I think that was Ferland Mendy. I don't remember exactly, bro. This is like fucking 6 years ago. But point is, I remember we spent a lot of money in that window. And like, that's the last time that we really went crazy, right? Like, that's the last time that Real Madrid had a statement summer, right? Now, we have spent, like, we dropped, 80 million on Tchouaméni. Then we dropped like 100 million on Jude. But it's never been like a influx of players, for example. So, yeah, we did sign, Luka Jovic, that fucking fraud. Absolutely scammed us. Yeah, Militao was that summer as well. Yes. Yeah, look, see, chat knows ball. But point is, I think based off the season that we just had, this is the kind of summer that you need to replicate. Because we always know, right? Whenever we get embarrassed throughout a season, that's when we spend money. Back then, why did we spend that much money? What happened in the 18-19 season? We were shit. That was the first year without CR7. We got slapped up by fucking Ten Hag in the UCL. What did we win that season? What did we win in 18-19? I'm drawing a blank. That season was shit. So what did the club do? We went out there. We spent bread. We got better. We won the UCL. Not the following season, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. So, yes. Big summer is needed. Put the money on the table. Now, according to Marca, they're saying that Liverpool believe that Real Madrid have already convinced Konate to join them. The English club doesn't want to sell him for cheap, but they also don't want to lose him for free. See, now this is the problem that Liverpool have because they're bored. Were very incompetent. The fact that you allowed Konate to get a year left on his contract is a you problem. Everybody makes Real Madrid out to be the bad guys, the villains. We're not the ones who are making your players run down their deals. What do you think? We told Konate 4 years ago, yeah, don't resign, and then we'll come bring you in. That's dumb, because we could sign another center back. We could go do something else. It's no guarantee. But now that you've allowed him to run his contract down, Liverpool need to sell him this summer. You cannot have a repeat of Trent. The fact that Van Dijk, Mo Salah last summer almost left as well at the end of last season, this summer, is a disgrace. So you are going to lose him for cheap. Konate, if he had multiple years left on his deal, would cost, I'd say, 60 to 70 million for Konate. But now that he only has 12 months left, the fact that I can get him for nothing next summer, Konate right now isn't worth anything more than 30 million. And that's me being generous. So if I was Liverpool, I would force Konate out the club. And like I said, he is an easier deal to get done at the moment than Saliba. And they're saying that Real Madrid are considering making an offer for Konate in the next few weeks. I definitely think that we will make an offer. Because like I said, we do need a center back now. We cannot wait a year. Now, if I was Real Madrid, I would go drop 100 million for Saliba. And then I would get Konate next summer. That's what I would do. Me personally. But we'll see. I am a bit reserved about Konate though. From a physical standpoint, he checks off all the boxes. But my man can't stay fit. That is an issue for me. But yeah, like I said, man, let me know what you guys are saying for which deal you would rather get done. Obviously, we all know Konate would be easier. But if we're dreaming right now, Saliba's the guy, right? Come on. We all know that Saliba is him. What a player. And look, Arsenal, they just signed Christian Mosquera from Valencia. What if that is the Saliba replacement? But we just didn't know it. I'm just saying, right?
Let there be carnage.